Thank you. Okay, it's coming up. Okay, now you can see my screen clearly, I believe. Can you see the Excel sheet template?
Yes, coach.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone on this call. My name is Coach Watts. I'll be treating a very important topic today, the Rqtmi Excel sheet template. Like you all know, we are making use of a software trading bots that helps us to navigate the crypto market effectively. And the name of that software is Rqtmi. And in Rqtmi, we have different teams. We have Team Ambassador, we have Team Tinker, and the rest. But here today, you are with Rqtmi Team Motion International. So we are going to explain to you in broader terms how we do our things here, our own style of trading. Every team has their style of trading. So we as Royal Q to Emotion International, we have our own style of trading, our own secrets that makes us to become profitable in the crypto markets. So you need to pay attention for you to understand or have a better understanding of how this strategy or how this style of trading works. So this is the Excel sheet template. It's like an engine room of what we do here. This is the engine room of what we do here. So if you have an understanding of how this Excel sheet template works, definitely you're 70% gone. You're 70% good at what you're going to be doing here. So this is the dashboard. This is how the dashboard looks like. And you can see that we have Royal Qt Motion International. That is the meaning of RQTMI. For those who are just new on this call, if you are wondering what is the meaning of RQTMI, is Royal Qt Motion International. And this is our settings. This is our own style of trading. So on the dashboard, we have 8 different settings, and we call it magic because it behaves like magic. So we have the RQTMI Magic 1, we have Magic 2, Magic 3, Magic 4, Magic 5, Magic 6, Magic 7, down to Magic 8. So these different types of magic, these different settings, we use them based on the season we have. So the crypto market has 2 seasons. We have the bear season and the bull season. So currently we are on the bull season. So the strategy we are using for the bull season, or the settings we are using for the bull season, is Magic 1, Magic 3, and Magic 5. Magic 1, Magic 1, Magic 3, and Magic 5. That is what we are using for the bull season. So you see that Magic 1 says it covers for 30% dip. Magic 3 says it covers for 25% dip. And Magic 5 says it covers for 50% dip. Now, what does that mean? It means that each of these magic has a particular amount you can use for each magic. For Magic 3 is minimum of 320, meaning if you have $320, you are entitled to use Magic 1. For Magic 3 is minimum of $100. So if you have $100, you are entitled. Who is writing on my screen, please? Who is writing on my screen? So magic 1, like I said. So what does it mean if you are using magic 5? Magic 5 is minimum of 520. 520. So magic 3 is minimum of $100. Why magic 1 is minimum of 320. So what then does it mean when you say covers for 30% dip? It means that if you are using this 320 now, that this 320 will be exhausted when the coin has dipped by minus 30%. So that it is going to spread your 320 at different levels. By the time you spread it at different levels, when it gets to a point like this, the entire 320 has been spread across this level. For it to be spread across this level, it means that that market or that particular coin has dipped about 30%. And when it dips about 30% and it has spread your money across these different levels, you don't need to panic. There's no cause for alarm. As soon as the price starts going up, it starts giving you what we call subsell. Start selling and giving you profit at these different levels. At these different levels. At these different levels. Excuse me, sorry. Then for Magic 3, for Magic 3, for Magic 3 covers for 100% dip. Like I said, for it to Magic 3 covers for minimum of $100 and it covers for 25% dip. Again, the same thing. For it to spread your $100 across different levels like this. Let's say you have $100 and it spreads it across different levels. By the time it spreads this $100 and at this point it gets exhausted, that you have distributed your $100 across this different level and it has been exhausted. At this point where it has been exhausted, it means that coin has dipped by minus 25%. All you need to do is relax. As the price starts going up, it starts selling and giving you what we call subset profit at these different levels. That is Magic 3. For Magic 5 covers for 50% dip, which is minimum capital of 520. Minimum capital of 520. Sorry, please. Of 520. There's a little bit of distraction here. I'm trying to put my phone on to not stop. Okay, sorry for that. So now it covers for 50% dip. Minimum capital is 520. You can use here. So what does it mean? That this your entire 520 will be spread across from different levels. And when it is spread from this level to this level, your entire 520 is being exhausted at that point. At that point, you say that it has dipped by minus 50%. So as it has dipped by minus 50%, you don't need to panic. You don't need to worry. As the price starts going up, it starts selling across this different level and starts giving you profit. That is what it's meant by covers for 50% dip. So in our last class, I talked about Magic 3. We talked about Magic 3. Today we are going to talk about Magic 1. Then the next class for Tuesday, we'll treat Magic 5, then come back to Magic 3 again. So we are always here to do this repeatedly. You have no excuse not to know it, and you have no excuse not to attend at least one of the Zoom sections. So let me move to Magic 1. Now, Magic 1 is here. This is for those who don't know. If you are using screen, this is how you are going to see it. Magic One. I'm clicking here. This is Magic One. So once I click Magic One, the entire setup for Magic One is going to come up. This is it. Now, Magic One says minimum capital, the minimum capital required for you to use Magic One, for you to be qualified to use Magic One, let me put it like that, you must have 320. You must have $320. $320 for you to be qualified. Now, when I say minimum, if you have 400, you can still use Magic One. If you have 350, you can use it. If you have 330, you can use it. Between 320 down to 519, take note, you can make use of Magic One settings. But when it gets from 520, you can start making use of Magic 5 settings. So between these settings, Magic 1, Magic 3, Magic 5, the best settings to use is 520 if you have up to that. That is the best setting. Magic 5 is the best setting to use. Now, but there's what we call risk management. Please take note of this. The fact I said Magic 5 is the best settings to use is not like when you have 520, that is your only capital that you have. You want to go and use this 520 to trade only one coin. No, it is wrong. There is what you call risk management. Risk management. The idea is not to put your eggs in one basket. So if you have 520, rather than you going for Magic 5, because I said Magic 5 is the best settings to use. If you have 520, the best risk management to take on this coin is divide it into 3 places. 520 divided by 3. Or you divide it into 2 places. Now, why do you want to divide it into 2 places? It's risk management. Now, if you divide it into 2 places, if we do 520, I'm trying to do the mathematics, 520 divided by 2, we are having 260, okay? 260. So 260 is not up to 320, meaning on this 260, we are going to use Magic 1 because we say minimum capital of $100. So if you have from $100 down to 319, you are entitled to use Magic 1. Sorry, you're entitled to use Magic 3. From $100 to 319, you're entitled to use Magic 3. So now in this case, I have 520. Instead of me to use a 520 on Magic 5, because I said that 520 is the best settings. If you are doing that, you are not managing your risk. The best thing to do is either to divide your 520 into 2 places or you divide it into 3 places. If I divide it into 3 places, I will have on each coin $173. So I can either choose to trade 2 coins at a time. These 2 coins I'll put on each coin. I'm going to put 260 on each coin. Then if I'm dividing into 3, I'll trade 3 coins at a time. On each coin, I'm going to put 173 on each coin. So that is, in that way, I have done risk management. Now, why is it important to do this? I usually ask some people, if you have 2 shops, Mr. A and Mr. B, shop A and shop B, and shop A sells rice, beans, and garri, while shop B sells only rice. Between shop A and shop B, who has the chances to sell every day? Can someone drop the response, the answer to this question? Between shop A and shop B, who has the chances to sell every day? I'm waiting for the response on the chat. Can you guys hear me? King Lewis, thank you. King Neri, thank you. Queen Jennifer, Queen Dollar Queen, thank you. Okay, King Daily, thank you. Sure, it means you people are following up. Now that is what I'm trying to say, risk management. So someone who is trading on 2 coins and someone who is trading on 3 coins, they have the opportunity to sell almost every day compared to someone just trading on 1 coin. Remember, this is a marketplace. Now, this shop A that is selling rice, beans, and garri, and the shop B that is selling only rice, it could be that on a particular day, the demand for rice is low, and this rice will not be sold by shop A. And shop B that is selling rice means the entire of the whole of that day is not going to sell too. So, but because shop A has beans and garri, there are people that will come and buy garri and beans on that day. So that is why risk management is important. It is important to learn how to take risk management, divide your coins into different segments depending on the magic you want to. So I believe I've established that fact. So who is writing on my screen? Please, you guys, Dollar Queen, please look for who is writing on that screen. So then, if you have, let me still explain further. If you have 320, this is your only capital that you have. I'm taking my time. 320. Now, if this is your only capital that you have, do not use this 320 to trade Magic One, because I said Magic One is minimum of 320. No. Do what they call risk management. Divide your 320 into 2 places. What it will give you is, once you divide it into 2 places, 320 divided by 2, I think 160, 160. Now you can trade 161. Sir, who is please, you are writing on the screen, please. 160, 160, 160. Adenike, please stop writing on the screen, please. You are distracting our class, please. Thank you. So now, once you divide it into 2 places, you have 160, 160. So you can trade on 2 coins at a time. So this way you have done risk management. So since you are using 160, 160, meaning you are no longer using Magic 3 settings, you are no longer using Magic 1 settings, you are going to use Magic 3 settings, because Magic 3 is minimum of $100. So you have 160, which can trade you 2 coins. You can either divide it into 3 places too. If you divide it into 3 places, it's better for you. You divide it into 3 places. You have 106, 106. So instead of trading 2 coins, you can trade 3 coins. I said minimum of $100. So you can trade 3 coins using Magic 3. So I believe I've dealt with risk management on that. So let's proceed now. Now, this is our Excel sheet. Now, we say minimum of 320. So let's assume here that let's assume I'm just new to this call and I have a capital of, let's say, can someone call any figure on the chart? Let me use, please. Let me make use of what someone is going to drop on the chart. Let's be fast about it. Drop a figure you want me to use. I said Magic One minimum of 320. So between 320 and 519, drop a figure you want me to use. Okay, 450, 430. Okay, I'm going to make use of 450. Let me make use of 450. Okay, good. Now, someone said 450. Let's assume I have 450. Now, by right, you all will agree with me, if this is my only capital, I'm not supposed to use this entire 450 to trade one coin. But I just want to use it. I would have done the right thing to do is to do risk management, divide it into 3 places, three different coins using magic 3 settings. But we know, but you still want to just use it to trade for 450. Now, maybe you have other trade running and you have this 450 and you want to use it to trade magic 1. This is what you do now. Now, when you come to risk type, first, your risk type, what is the meaning of risk type? Risk type is you want it to be on radical. Why? Because of the nature of the crypto market. It moves up, down like this. So you want your robot to be aggressive based on the movement of the market and take advantage on that aggressiveness to make profit for you. So that is why you want to put it on radical. Then remark is the capital you want to use. In your royal queue boat, you are going to see it optional. Why it is optional in the royal queue, which I'm going to show you later, is because it is not really important in that royal queue. What the function of it there is just to tell me, if I come to your royal queue boat and in your remark and I see a figure, it tells me what magic you are using, whether it is magic 1, magic 2, or magic 3. So it is not really important there. But where it is really important is on your Excel sheet. Now, before I proceed, this is 320. Let's put 320 here. These figures on this multiple buying ratio, you see 0.3, 1.3, 0.3, 1.3, 0.3. So just observe what is going to happen now. Now, this is how effective it is on our Excel sheet. Now, someone told me that I should use 450. Now, take note, if I want to use 450, I am not going to insert the entire 450 here. What I am going to do is I am going to my initial capital, which is 450 minus this first buying amount, which is 20. Always do that. Minus 20. You are going to do the same thing for magic 5 and magic 1. But magic 3, you don't do this. Now, the capital I had is 450. But before I insert it, I will first subtract 450 minus 20. This 20 is coming from this first buy. So when I do that, I will be having 430. Now, so what am I going to insert on my remark? I'm going to insert this 430. So I'll come to the remark and I'll insert 430. Now let's see the impact of this 430 on the multiple buying ratio. Now, when you go down, you see that the multiple buying ratio has changed. So when you go down further, to find out if your settings are correct, the summation of all your multiple buying ratios should be giving you 450. Now remember, 450 is your initial capital that you are using. Let's do one more example again. I saw someone said for 350. Let's assume we are using 350 as this is our capital. But before I insert my capital into the remark, what I have to do first is to subtract 350 from the first buying amount, which is 20 on the Excel sheet. 20. So what I will have is a total of 330. So I will have to go back to my remark and insert 330 here. So let's find out if our settings will be correct at the end of the day. So when I come, you see that the multiple buying has changed. Then when I come down, if it's not giving me the 350 I want to use. It should be giving you the 350 you want to use. So if you don't have the 350, the right figure here, you will either end up over trading or you will end up under trading. So that is why you have to do it this way. So I believe this is understood. If it is understood, I need the word understood, or I need the word 111 on the chart. If you're understanding, I need 111. If there's any question that you're not clear with, I can go back, drop it, let me go back. The essence is for you to understand. It's not how long we spend here, it's for you to understand. So that is that. Now, that is how to fit in the remark. This same thing applies to Magic 5. What I just did now applies to Magic 5 too. Now, that is for remark. Now, first buying amount. Now, I usually relate this with a physical explanation. Now, let's assume, now we are using 350 now. Let's assume I have 350 in my hand and I want to visit the markets. I want to visit the market. Now, in my mind, I want to buy, what I want to buy is just one product, which is pepper. I want to buy pepper. That's what I'm looking forward to buy. So, but there's this particular market I go, and I have a friend in that market. Usually, when I get to the market, I usually visit that my friend's shop. That my friend sells pepper. So let's name my friend's shop Shop A. Then, after visiting my friend's shop, there's other shops I intend going to buy that same pepper I'll buy from my friend's shop. Now, that shop is from shop 1 to shop 20. I'll plan to enter from one shop to 20th shop, from the first shop to the 20th shop. Now, that shop is actually, this 20 shops I will enter is different from this my friend's shop. Now, because this is my friend, sentiment and everything, because it's my friend, sentiment, friendship sake, I want to buy pepper from my friend. And usually, my friend's pepper is usually, the price is usually high. But because of sentiment, I will have to buy. In as much as I'm going to negotiate with that my friend, but it's still high compared to what I will buy across these 20 shops. But because of sentiment, I want to buy it there. Now, I got to my friend's shop, and my friend is telling me one pepper is $6. I told my friend, no, it's too high, it's too high, it's too high, it's too high. I'm negotiating at that point. I now told my friend, okay, I want to buy, sell for me at $5. After much negotiating, he or she accepted to sell for me at $5. Now, in my mind, before leaving the house, I have a plan of how much I want to spend in my friend's shop. I know that amount I'm willing to spend out of this 350. And that amount I'm willing to spend out of the 350 from my friend's shop is $20. Already known from the house that I'm not going to spend more than this amount of money. So when I got to my friend's shop, she said pepper, or he said pepper is $6. I said, no, I will buy for $5. So I'm negotiating to buy at a more cheaper rate. Now, when he finally agrees to sell for me for $5, immediately I use this $20 to buy at $5. So that is known as, this $20 is known as your first buying amount. The amount your robot is going to use initially, the first money is going to take from this 350 to buy. So it's referred to as first buying amount. So the money you are willing to use to buy in that your friend, in my friend's shop, is known as the first buying amount. So I use $20 to buy pepper at $5 in my friend's shop. So that is what is known as first buying amount. I believe it is clear. Now, open position double, do not enable. What does it mean? If you enable this thing, what does it mean? Now, I went to my friend. I said, before I left the house, I want to use $20, isn't it? I'm not willing to use more than $20 in that my friend's shop, no matter what my friends she's going to say, or he or she is going to say, whine me or talk into me or whine me, confuse me to buy more than what I plan on buying, I'm not going to buy anything. So I've made up my mind. Then I came to the shop. Wanted to use $20. She now talk. This pepper is nice. This pepper is good. It smells nice. You do market everything for me. Instead of me now to stick to my words, she trigger my mumu body. Before you know, I double this $20. I now use $40 to buy against my wish. So the implication means since she has opened my mumu body, it means you have enabled your open position. So instead of your trade to use $20, now it will use $40. Now, if you use $40, it has affected. Now you have used $40 out of this money. It will affect your going into these 20 shops, and you don't want that. So that is why you should disable your open position double. I believe this is clear. Please, I believe this is clear. If it's not clear, let me look at the chat if someone is not clear. So someone saying, can I explain under trading or over trading? Under trading is when you don't have enough money to trade, and over trading when you are trading more than you should trade. That is just normal. When you don't have enough money to go through your trading. Over trading is when you are trading more than necessary. So that is that. AI margin call, do not enable. Your AI margin call, do not enable. Now, remember, we said that the Royal Cubot is a semi-automated robot. Semi-automated for you to have control and ownership over what the robot does. Now, that is why we are giving it our own settings. So this Excel sheet is the settings we are giving to the robot. It is based on these settings that the robot will trade for us, buying and selling while you are sleeping, while you are eating, while you are at your 9 to 5, while you are doing your business for the day. So if you go and enable AI margin calls, what you are telling the robot is, robot, go against these settings now, these configurations. Buy at your own discretion, sell at your own discretion. And you don't want that because you want to be in control. So your AI margin call should always be disabled. Always look out for your AI margin call. Always look out for your open position double to ensure they are disabled. Margin call limits. Now, margin call limit using Magic One, the margin call limit is 20, which refers to the 20 shops. So I'm using shops for you newbies to relate. It's 20 individual shops, shop 1, shop 2, shop 3, shop. So it's going to be buying across these different shops. So here in Royalty, we call it margin calls, or we call it calls, or you call it margin calls. So with time, you get used to the terms. So that is why I'm using the word shop 1, shop 2, down to 20. So for Magic One, it opens 20 shops for you. You go through 20 shops. Now, all position take profit ratio. I usually talk about this later. Then remind me in case I forget to come back to it. You guys should remind me about this. Then for all position take profit call back. Look at it. Opposition take profit call back, which is this 0.01. So let me explain to you the functionality of opposition take profit callback. There is a principle it works with. Now, you see why Royal Key is very unique. Now, I want to buy pepper. This is one of the features that made Royal Key very unique. I want to buy pepper I bought pepper for $5. And I want to sell when the price is $10. Now, between $5 and $10, my profit, you will agree with me, my profit will be $5. So this was my entering point. This was my entering point at $5. And I want to come out. This will be my exit point. I want to come out at $10. So I'll make a profit of $5. Now, this is what happens. The crypto market does not move just straight. It moves up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And suddenly, there was a spike upward like this. Sudden spike upward. Now, at this point that there was a sudden spike, the robot was supposed to release your profit as soon as it got to this point. So $5 profit was supposed to drop. But because of this sudden movement upward, which is called a spike, the robot could not release it. It held your profits and your capital. It held it at this point. Now, it held it because there was a sudden movement up here. Now, this sudden movement has to return back by 0.01. 0.01. That is this whole position take profit callback. It has to call back by 0.01. Now, let's assume the calling back by 0.01 stop at this point. And let's assume that at this point, it is $12 line that is here. $12 that is here. So it means that between this $10 and this $12, there's a $2 here. You will agree with me, there's a $2 here. Now, what happens now is, instead of the robots to release $5 profit for you, because of this sudden spike and a return by 0.01, this extra $2 that is here, the robot is going to drop it alongside with this your $5. At the end of the day, you that you were expecting $5, you'll be seeing $7 on your trade as profits. Is this clear? Please, if this is clear, I want to see clear on the chart, so I will proceed. If this is clear, please. The newbies that are here, if this is clear, I want to see clear. Okay. Okay, that is good. Please, if you are new on this call, drop a 111 on the chat. Drop a 111 on the chat. So that is good. A lot of people are clear with this explanation. Then now, let me go to O position take. Okay, buy in callback. Now, buy in callback is also the same thing principle, but this is the opposite. This one you want to buy. Now, remember we said we are trading on the spot market. And the idea of the spot market is to buy low and sell high. You buy low, and when the price is going up, you sell and make your profit. That is the idea of the spot market. So buy in copper. Let's assume that I want to buy pepper at $5. Don't mind my this thing, it's my mouse. I've been saying I will change this since. Is at $5. Let's say $5. That is the price I want to buy. Now, the current price of pepper is $10. The current price of pepper is $10. So I'm waiting for the price. This is where the price is now. I'm waiting for it to come and meet my preset price. This is where I've set it that I want to buy. I don't want to buy high. So I'm waiting for it to drop down, and it's coming, and sudden spike also downward. There was a sudden spike. Now, instead of the robot to pick it at this price that I've programmed it, because of this sudden spike, it will not pick at this $5. What it will do, it will wait for this sudden spike to return by 0.01, which is this buy-in callback. That's this where I am now. So once it returns by 0.01, now maybe at this level now, what is here is $4. This is $4 line. So what it's going to do at that point is going to pick it at $4. Is it clear? It's going to pick it up, thereby helping you to buy even more cheaper. It will help you to buy more cheaper. So you intended buying at $5, but because of sudden spike, it has enabled you to buy at $4. Is that clear? If that is clear, I need clear on the chart, please, before I proceed. If that is clear, I need clear on the chart before I proceed. Okay, thank you for the response. Thank you for the response. So let me proceed. Then now, distributed take profit allocation. Distributed take profit allocation. I'm going to talk about this alongside with opposition take profit ratio. Opposition take profit ratio. So you guys should remind me of these two in case I forget. Then the next one is stop position take profit callback is 0.01. So if you understand the concept of opposition take profit I explained, then you should understand sub position take profit. The difference between opposition take profit and sub position take profit is that opposition take profit takes place from shop 1 to shop 4. Remember, we are going to, that is where you experience opposition take profits. Shop 1 to shop 4, you experience it. But when it comes to shop 5, from shop 5 to shop 20, from shop 5 to shop 20, you experience sub position take profits. So that is just the difference. So if you understand the concept of opposition take profit I explained, sub position take profit is the same concept, but where does it take place? That is where it is different. For opposition take profit, it takes it. Who is writing on my screen? What's happening today with the guys on this call? Please stop writing on the screen. You're distracting me. So that is that for sub position take profit callback. Then strategy period, one shot. Now, for the strategy period, you look at the signals that we are sending. You see that strategy period is one shot. Now, we have what is called circle. We have circle and one shot. One shot. So I'll be explaining what they mean. Now, for circle is for people who do not have time. You don't have time. Your work, the nature of your work, your business, you don't really have time. You're a politician or whatever you are, but you don't have time. But if you don't have time, you should have money, big capital from 3,000 plus and above. We are going to put it on automation for you. From 3,000 plus, we put about 7 different coins. A, B, C, D, down to E, F, 7 different coins. Let me just put it like that. So we'll put that 3,005, we'll spread it across these different coins and take a fixed percentage on it, maybe 2%, 3% of 2%, just or take a uniform percent, 2% on all of them. We'll now put it on automation for you. So what happens here is if this coin A was sold, it will automatically by itself pick it again and trade for you. If B sells, automatically pick it again and trade for you. If C sells, automatically pick it again and sell for you. But take note, you must have capital, big money, to want to put it on automation. You are not interested in learning the skill or knowing about the business, but you have good money, you can put on automation. Now, for people doing circle, the average monthly profit, what is the profit like? The average monthly profit is between 5% to 50% monthly. 5% to 50% monthly. So let's assume someone started in December and was doing circle. The first month in December, he made 70% of his capital. The second month, he made maybe 30% of his capital, which is January. Now, February, maybe that person has not even made money, 0%. Now, when you add 70 plus 30 plus 0, is giving you 100. So you divide it by 3, it's giving you 33.3%. Meaning on each month, you have made 33% of your capital. From December, January, February, you've made 33% of your capital. That is what we meant by average monthly profit between 5% to 50% monthly for those who are on circle. Now, for one shot, you say, wow, I want to learn this skill. I want to transfer this knowledge to people. I also want to transfer this knowledge to my siblings, my son, my child, my wife. I want everybody to be independent. I want to teach them how to do these things. You would want to put it on circle. And circle is for people who do not have much capital, but you still want to learn skill. Fine. Now, what does one shot mean? One shot means if you are trading on A, coin B, and coin C. If coin A sells, that is the end. The robot does not have ability to go and pick it. You will now go and find another coin, coin D, to trade. Put the settings and take, maybe on coin A, you took 2%. When you come to coin D and you want to trade coin D again, you will take like maybe 5%. Then eventually, coin B, you put coin B on 5% and it sold. Eventually, it has sold again. That's the end. You come and trade coin E again. And on coin E, maybe you are taking 10% because you have the liberty to change your percentage. Unlike for circle, you have programmed it a fixed, it just be rotating, revolving around that percentage until you go and stop it and change it again. So then now you see that one shot, once a trade, a particular market ends, you go and pick another market, put the settings and choose a take profit depending on the signal. So what is the profit like for one shot? One shot is between average monthly profit between 5% to 100% of your capital. Now, what does this mean? The first month, maybe first month you make like 60% of your capital. Second month, you make another maybe 50%. Third month, you are able to make about, let's say, 5%. And the fourth month, you made 0%. Don't mind my writing. So when you do 60 plus 50 plus 5 plus 0, that is 60 plus 50. That will give me 110. 110 plus 5, that is 115. 115 plus 0, that is 115. You divide it by 4. 115 divided by 4. 115 divided by 4. That is, on each month, you made 28% of your capital. This is for the 4 months, 28% of your capital on each month. That's why I say between 5% to 100% of your capital. You that you are keeping money in the bank, how much bank is giving to you every month? Think about it. Be wise. So that is that on one shot. So now moving up to the next online is, I believe this is clear. If at this point it is clear, because I'm moving on I'm moving on to the big deal here. Now, if this is clear, so far so good, you are understanding, I need the word value. If I am communicating value, I need the word value. Then if there's anyone that have questions, let me look at it. Drop your questions on. Okay. So can someone explain on the chart what the difference between one shot and circle? Write it and drop it on the chart for me to know you guys are following up. Difference between one shot and circle. Drop it on the chart while I proceed. So now going to margin configuration. Now, margin configuration, when the word configuration means the way a thing is programmed to work, the way a thing is configured to work. So this is the engine room of your trade. That was why I said if you did not put the right capital you want to use by doing that little mathematics I did initially, you will have issues with your settings, and it can either make you to overtrade using excess money than necessary, or under trade, you don't have enough money and you want to trade. So that is why you have to be starting about your capital and the right computation of it. So now you find out that the margin configuration is divided into two places. We have the margin call drop and the multiple buy-in ratio. I will be talking about the margin call drop first. Then later I come back to multiple buy-in ratio. Now, for margin call drop, now going back to my friend shop, initially I have 350. I had 350 in my hand, and I want to go and buy pepper, P for pepper. I first visited my friend's shop, shop A. So the plan is to go through 20 shops, from 1 to shop 20. That is the plan. Now, the amount, I knew the amount. You guys will agree with me that I knew the amount from my house, how much I want to use in my friend's shop, and I knew it was $20 that I was willing to use. But you will agree with me that now, visiting each of these 20 shops, you don't know how much you are going to use on each of the shops. So the question now is, how much are you willing to be using in each of these shops? You don't know. Unlike when you were certain that yes, it was $20 you are going to use in this my friend's shop. So fine, we have used this $20. What is left from the $20? You will agree with me that it is 330 that is left. Now, this 330, this is what I'm going to use to go through this 20 shop, from shop 1 to shop 20, which is first call to the 20th call. This is the first call to the 20th call. So I'm preferring it to shop, first shop to the 20th shop for you to understand better. Now, having said this, now we already know that $20 has been removed from my money, which is the first buying amount. That was the amount the robot we first used to buy. So let's assume the robot has used this $20 to buy that pepper my friend was willing to sell for me at $5. So meaning if one pepper is $5 and I use $20 to buy, it means I will have 4 pieces of pepper at the rate of $20. So one pepper costs $5, another one costs another $5, that is $10. Another one costs another $5, that is $15. Another one costs another $5, that is, so total of 4 pepper for $20. So this $20 could accumulate 20 pieces of pepper for me. Are you seeing it? At the rate of $5. Each pepper was $5. That was what I bought. Now, for me now to start going into the first shop, for me to enter this first shop, there must be something that will trigger me. I will not just go and enter someone's shop. There must be something that will trigger me. The reason why I'm going to market is I want to buy pepper at a cheaper rate. Take note of that. That is your intention. But based on sentiment, you first went to your friend's shop, even if your friend, you know that your friend is selling at a very high price. But based on sentiment, you went and you bought, you used $20. That was the fixed amount you were willing to use. Then after using that $20, what is left for your 350 is 330. Now it is about time for you to start going through these different shops. Now, what will make you to enter the first shop? Take note of this. What will make you to enter the first shop is if this $5, look at it, this $5 you bought from your friend's shop, once this $5 drop in price by 0.2%, let's say 0.2% of $5 will give me 4.8. So as soon as this price drops from $5 to 4.8, I will enter the first shop. So as soon as the price drops from $5 to 4.8, the robot will buy in the first shop for you. Then when it has bought in the first shop, take note, your money will no longer be 330. It will reduce because it has used from here again to buy. But we'll come back to that. Now, for it to buy on the second shop again, you have to wait again. Something must trigger you to buy in the second shop. Now, you are waiting for the price to drop. Now, the new price is 4.8. That's your current price now. Now, for you to buy at this second shop now, the price has to drop by 0.5. Let's say 0.5 of 4.8 will give me 4.4. Let's say 4.4. So as the price dropped to 4.4, the robot will enter the second shop and buy. So the new price is now 4.4. Now, for me to enter the third shop to buy, for the robot to trigger on the third shop to buy, it means that this 4.4, this price has to drop by 0.2%. Let's say 0.2% of the 4.4 is 3.8. Sorry for my writing, 3.8. As soon as the price drops by 3.8, the robot will trigger to enter the third shop and buy. For the fourth shop, for me to enter the fourth shop, it means that this 3.8, this is the current price now, has to drop by 0.5, this 0.5 again. So if it drops by 0.5, let's say 0.5 of 3.8 is giving us 3.2. Meaning as the price drops by 3.2, the robot will trigger and enter the fourth shop. So margin call drop is how the boat buys for you as the price drops from one level to another. Remember, here we are buying low and selling high. So the robot takes advantage on drop in price and be acquiring quantity for you. So the quantity, it will be accumulating more quantity as it's buying at a cheaper price. It will be accumulating more quantity of that pepper for you. No exchange has this. No other exchange can do this. If you are buying on Binance, once you buy at a fixed price, you have $100, you put it on at a fixed price. As the price is going down, your money will be reducing. There's nothing like margin call for you. But Rqtmi, this is the unique feature that Rqtmi has. That as the price is dropping, it will take advantage and be buying across these different shops or different levels for you. So I believe the concept of margin call drop has been understood. If margin call drops concept is understood, let me see a clear on the chart. Let me see a clear on the chart. Okay, yes, I can see some questions as regards to difference between circle. And King Paul, you are correct. Okay. Adenike, circle is for those who want to do business, but they don't have time, but they have capital. Why should that? Okay. Okay. So combine what Adenike, combine what King Paul said to also with that. Then one shot means okay, you are all of you have an idea, but when you combine what King Paul and Queen Adenike said, that is the true idea of what I just explained. So thank you everyone for participating. So clear. Okay, that is good. So I'll proceed. So that is margin call job for you. Now let's go to the next one. Because of time, I'm trying to see how I can. Now, you will agree with me. Going back again, I had 350. I want to go to the market and my friend shop, I'll spend $20. $20, not $30, sorry. $20. Then shop 1 to shop 20. I don't know how much I will spend. But since I've removed $20 from my 350, I have 330. So how do I know how much I'll be spending as soon as I get to each of these shops? I already know what will trigger me to enter each of the shops. When it grows by 0.2, when this $5 I bought initially from my friend shop drop by 0.2, it will trigger me. That is how it will be triggering me to enter. I just explained. But now, if I enter this first shop, you remember in my friend shop, I knew I was going to use $20. But if I enter this first shop, how much am I going to use from this 330? That becomes the challenge now. Now it's simple. For you to know how much you will use in this first shop to buy from your 330, is just making use of your multiple buying ratio. So for the first shop, the multiple buying ratio is 0.3. So how do you do it? 0.3 times 20. I think it will give you $6, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, you are going to use $6. So as soon as the price, this price I bought for my friend, drop by 0.2, it will trigger me to enter the first shop. The amount I'm going to use from this 330 is $6 I'm going to use. So if I use $6, what is left? It will be left with $324. So I'm waiting to get a trigger to enter the second shop. Then I will make use of some money from this 324. So now the price have dropped again. If this price I bought, this current price I bought at the first shop drops by 0.5%, it will trigger me again to enter the second shop. How much am I going to use in the second shop? It's just 1.3 times 20. Are you seeing? Times 20. 1.3 times 20. That is 26. To use 26. Are you seeing it? So that is how you know. So 26. So if I subtract 324 minus 26, what will be left from the money? Minus 324. What will be left is 219. So for me to enter the third shop again, it has to drop by 0.2. The price at which I bought in the second shop has to drop by 0.2. I'll enter the third shop. What am I going to use? 0.3 times 20 again, which is $6. So if you check the figure, they are just the same thing. Another $26 I'll use here. $6 here. $26 here. $6 here. So that is how it's going to use until it gets to the 20th shop. By the time it gets to the 20th shop, it means it has spread all your entire 350 into that trade. Now, it means that brings me back to the dashboard that it covers for 30% dip. So when this thing happens, it means that once all your money have spread down to the 20th call, it means that it has dipped by -30. That's the reason for this 30 here. That is the reason for this 30 here. So if you add the summation of all these figures that you're seeing, add everything together, it will give you 30. So for it to spread your 350 from first shop to the 20th shop, it means it has dipped by -30. And your entire 350 has been spread across this. So when I mean under trading and over trading, if you have a capital of 330 and here is showing 350, you know that your money will not be enough to go from first shop to the 20th shop. That is under trading. If you are using three, if you are using three, let's say you are using 370 and here is 350, here showing 350, you know you are using excess capital on these settings. That's what I mean by under trading and over trading. So I believe that is clear. So now 350 is 350. It has been spread across from the first shop to the 20th shop. It means it has dipped by -30%, and your entire 350 has been spread across this. Now listen to me. Now there's something that will now happen here, which we have two strategies that we use, which brings me to default settings. You people have been hearing about default settings. Let me not clean here. Default settings, don't mind my writing. We have default settings and bull tactics. Okay, let me clean up this because of we have default settings. Default settings. My mouse, so default settings and bull tactics. Bull tactics. Now, under bull tactics, we have category 1. I just leave it at cat 1. Cat 1, category 1, then category 2. So bull tactics is divided into 2, category 1 and category 2. Then we have default settings and bull tactics. So when you look at your signal they are sending, you see that the tactics, they say either default settings or you use bull tactics. They now tell you caution, trade with margin calls. So which I'm going to explain to you now. Now let's go back to this. Now we now know how much we are spending across different shops. Here is $6, here is $26, here is another $6. Let's just do it random, $26. By the time we spend all this money across these shops like this now, the entire 320 is the entire 350 is inside. Now, for the robot to buy naturally by itself, is just buying as the price is going, is buying down to that point that it bought. It means the settings you used was the default settings. Default setting is the natural way the Royal Cube bot is expected to operate for you, is expected to work for you, to function for you. Now that you have applied default settings on this and it has bought and it has used up your entire 350, what happens now? This is where the magic lies now. Now, as you are waiting patiently for your point to sell, now, if the price, that brings me back to this. I told you to remind me about whole position take profit ratio and distributed take profit ratio. Are you seeing? Now, for whole position take profit ratio, now for distribution take profit ratio, you will see that distribution take profit ratio is saying that 5th call to the 20th call. Sorry. You are seeing it. Distributed take profit allocation is saying fifth call to the 20th call, meaning from the fifth shop to the 20th shop. That is where you experience distributed take profit. But when it gets to the fourth shop to the first buy in amount, which is that 20, that is where you experience all position take profit. So I want to explain. Now let's assume that the robot has bought everything from the first shop to the 20th shop. Now we now know the price at which he bought at every particular shops. Now at that point, we said the trade has gone against us, minus 30% dip, is minus 30% dip. We just have to wait patiently. As the price is going up, it will sell the amount he used in buying this 20, which is $26. It will sell it and give me 1.3% of it. Remember, the distribution take profit is telling us 1.3%. Look at it, 1.3%. So as the price is going up, it will sell 20 and give me 1.3% of what he used in buying in 20. When it goes up further, it will sell 19 and give me 1.3%. At this 19 from our calculation is $6. So it will give me 1.3% of $6. It will go up again and sell 18 and give me 1.6% of $26, 1.3% of $26. It will go up again and sell 17, give me 1.3% of $6. It's selling them individually. It will go up again and sell 16 and give me 1.3% of $26. As it's going up, it get to 15 again and give me 1.3% of $6. Now you are expecting it to go up further to sell 14. The price will drop again, the market will drop. It will go and buy 15, buy 16, buy 17, buy 18. The market will go up again. It will sell this 18, give me 1.3% of 26. Sell 17, give me 1.3% of 16. Sell 16, give me 1.3. It will go up again, sell 15, give me 1.3 of 6. It will go sell 14, give me 1.3% of what he used in buying in 14. It will go to 13, 1.3% of what he used in buying 13. It will go to 12, 1.3% of what he used in buying 12. You are waiting for it to go to 11 to sell 11. It will come down and buy 12 again, 13, 14, 15. Then the price will go up again. It will sell 15, give you 1.3%. Sell 14, give you 1.3%. Sell 13, give you 1.3%. Sell 12, give you 1.3. Sell 11, give you 1.3. Sell 10, give you 1.3. Sell 9, give you 1.3. Sell 8, give you 1.3 of the amount you use in buying it. You are waiting for it to buy 7, to sell 7. The price will drop again. It will buy 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The price will go up again. It will sell. So it's taking advantage on the volatility downtrend. There's a volatility downtrend. So it's using the volatility and be making profit for you downtrend. This small profit is making for you while you are waiting for the coin to sell is what is known as sub-sell. That is what we call sub-sell. So even while while your coin is down or while the market is down, you still be making money downtrend. No future has this. Even your Binance does not have this. I don't think there's any bot I've seen that has this quality. So now, fast forward to 8. You now get to 8. It will get to 8. It will sell 8, give you 1.3%. Sell 7, give you 1.3%. Sell 6, give you 1.3. Sell 5, give you 1.3. You are waiting for it to sell 4. The price will drop again. It will buy 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To dip. The price will pump again. It will sell 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Remember that distribution take profit allocation you saw from 5th call to the 20th call. So for the 5th call to the 20th call, it tells them as individual. So as soon as it gets to the 5th call, it sells the 5th call, give you 1.3% of whatever it is in buying the 5th call. So when it gets to the 4th call, this is what happens now. From the 4th call, this is what happens. When it gets to the 4th call, for the 4th call, Rather than selling the fourth call as individual, it cannot. It will combine the 4, 3, 2, 1, and that your first buying amount, which is 20 that I was willing to spend in my friend's shop. It will combine them, total the amount together. It sees them as one entity. It will total the amount together and give you your opposition take profit, which is this 3%. Opposition take profit, which is this 3%. Opposition take profit, which is this 3%. So opposition take profit is responsible from your first buy to the fourth shop or the fourth call. So that is why I said when it gets to the fourth shop, instead of selling 4 as individual, remember from 5th call to the 20th call, you have been seeing fluctuations and it has been making money individually on each of the shop, giving you success since. But when it got to the fourth shop, instead of selling 4 as individual, no, it will combine the amount. Let's say the amount you use in buying 4 is at 4 is 26. The amount you use in buying at shop 3 is 6. The amount you use in buying at the second shop is 26 again. And the amount you use in buying at the third shop is 6 again. Then the amount you use in buying at the first, that my friend shop, is 20. So when you do 20 plus 6 plus 26 plus 6 plus 26, it will total it and give you 3%. So downtrend, while your coin was downtrend alone, maybe on a downtrend alone, you must have made about close to like maybe $4 while you were waiting. And maybe when the coin eventually sell, it now gives you an extra profit of like $5. So total money you made on that coin will be $9. So that is the beauty of default settings. That is the beauty of default settings. So that is why we advise you, if you must trade a coin, minimum 3 at a time, maximum 10. So if you are trading 3 at a time, you put 2 on default settings, 1 on boot tactics. If you are not a patient person, put 2 on default settings, 1 on boot tactics. If you are a slightly patient person, you can put 2 on boot tactics, 1 on default settings. So take note of that. So this is default settings. This is how the robot is expected to work naturally. So because of time, I will treat only boot tactics category 1. Now I said in boot tactics we have 2. We have category 1 and category 2. Category 1 and category 2. Now for category 1, boot tactics category 1. Now it means what for you to do boot tactics category 1, there are conditions based on how the market is. Fine. There is a time the market will have momentum and you see that the market hardly buys. If you buy first call, second call, third call, fourth call, to buy fifth call is a problem. Sometimes it will buy first call, second call. To even buy the third call is a problem. You'll be seeing it continuously. You could just buy your first call, second call. It will go and sell. It will buy again like that. You see that you'll not be making enough money because the amount of your capital that is inside the trade is not big enough. So at the end of the day, to not be giving you enough profit that you desire. So when you see a situation like that the market has got that momentum, so you might want to decide to introduce boot tactics category 1 into it. Now, the idea of boot tactics category 1 is that you are not interested in subset. You are not interested in seeing small thing downtrend. So success begins from 5th call to the 20th call. So where you will experience success is from 5th call to the 20th call, remember. So we are not interested for boot tactics. We are not interested in our robot buying this 5th call down. We are not interested in success. So what are we interested in? We are interested in making big profits because of the momentum of the market. And how do we make that big profit? Is to manipulate the robot. That is why you will see someone is using $100 and making $2, $1. Another person is using that same $100 and is making $5, $10 with it. What is the difference between the both of you? Is the level of knowledge you have about your business. So for both artists now, what does it mean? It means if we are using category 1, it means we are not interested in seeing subset. So we are not interested in our robot buying fifth core from fifth core down. So what are we interested in? We are interested from first buy to the fourth core, and we want to see how we can put 100% of our capital. So we know that by right, if we go by natural way, by the time our robot buy 20 from first core to fourth core, our 350 cannot be inside it with the calculations that we have calculated earlier. So we want to see how we can inject this $350 from first buy to the fourth core. So for we to do this, we need what we call manual replenishment. We need to do manual replenishment, or you call it manual buy, manual replenishment or manual buy. That is what we call. So that is what is going to be possible for you to see that by the time your robot buys from first buy to the fourth core, you're already seeing your 350 inside the trade. So how do we do this now? First step to do this now, first step, remember the first step, you are not interested in subset. You are not interested in the fifth core. Because you are not interested in the fifth core, the first step, one first. But because I'm explaining, you can do it later after you have done all your settings. But always remember to go and do it. Now, first step is lock putting 50% there, the fifth core. You lock it by putting 50% there. So you know that the fifth core here is 0.0.2. So you change this 0.2, change it to 50%. That is how you have locked it. So when you do this, you are telling the robot, when you buy from first core to fourth core, as soon as you get to fifth core, don't trigger until the coin dips by 50%. That is where you can buy the fifth core. So once you put 50% on the fifth core, it means that for it to buy the fifth core, it has to dip by minus 50%. So that is, you have locked it, first step. Second step, you come to your multiple buying issue, step 2. Step 2. Remember, we say for us to be able to do it, we need to do manual replenishment or manual buy. So I want to show you people how to do that manual, how to calculate the amount that you are using for the manual buy, the amount you are going to use for the manual buy. This is the calculation. This is how to do it. Because you cannot just use any amount. So in this case, we are using 350. So I want to use 350 to calculate the manual buy, which you can use the same way to do any figure you are using, any capital you are using also. Now, step 2, I'll come to the multiple buying ratio. I will sum from first core to the fourth core. Now, why am I doing that? Because I'm locking fifth core, I have to sum from first core to the fourth core. If I lock fourth core, it means I will sum from first core to the third core. If I lock third core, it means I will sum from first core to the second core. If I lock second core on 50, I will just use only first core. It's as simple as that. So now, in this case, I locked just fifth core. You will have your questions, write them down. I will attend to them. So now I've locked the fifth core. So I'm only interested in first core to the fourth core. So what will I do? You sum the multiple buying ratio. Sum the multiple buying ratio, which is 0.3 plus 1.3 plus 0.3 plus 1.3. So that is from first core to the fourth core. So what did it give me? 0.3 plus 1.3 plus 0.3 plus another 1.3. It will give me 3.2 equals to 3.2. Now, take this 3.2, step 3. I know I'm taking it like this, step 3. Take this 3.2, the answer you get, which is this 3.2, add plus 1 to it. Plus 1. Why are you adding plus 1? This plus 1 is constant. This plus 1 is the position that my friend shop is occupying. Remember, that shop is not part of the 20 shops. So that position where that my friend shop is standing is constant. I must visit that my friend shop is constant. So take it as 1. That is where the 1 is coming. That first buying amount, that place that the first buying amount is occupying is constant. Take it as 1, which is plus 1. Once you do plus 1, it will give you plus 1. It will give you 4 points. It will give you 4.2. Please, I want to clean this, so there's no more space. If you want me to clean it, if you want to write right now. Step 3, it will give you 4.2. Now, this 4.2 that it gives you, step 4, now that 4.2 that you got now, 4.2, you multiply the 4.2 by your first buying amount. Multiply 4.2 by first buying amount. Multiply by first buying amount. What is the first buying amount? On this chart, who can drop the first buying amount for me here? Fast. I want to see what is the first buying amount. On this course, someone should drop the first buying amount for me. What is the first buying amount? Good. Good. Now, the first buying amount is 20 from what you people said. So I will drop 20. So 4.2 times 20 times 20, which will give me 84. Which will give me 84. 84. Now, pay attention. So this is step 4. Now, pay attention. Step 5. Step 5 now. Step 5. Now, remember your capital you're using is 350. So you bring your 350, which is your capital, $350 minus this $84. $84 minus this $84. So when you do 350 minus 84, it will give you $266. $266. Now, this is the catch. Step 5. Now, remember we are calculating, we want to know the amount that we are going to force, which is the manual buy we are going to do. When we mean manual buy, we are buying against this natural way that the robot will buy. So we want to calculate the amount that we are going to force. So when you do 350 minus 84, it gives you 266. Now, this 266 is what you are going to force inside the robot. So you have calculated it. This is how to calculate manual replenishment or manual buy, irrespective of the capital you are using. If you follow these steps, that is all for boot tactics category 1. Now that you have calculated 260, now you now know how much you want to force into the robot. Now, where the problem comes now is, at what point should you force it? At what point should you force it? That is where some people get confused. Now, I want to force this 226. At what point will I force it? Now, this is the point I'm going to force it. Now, the remaining money that will be left, okay, let me 226. Now, after I use 226 here, now remember, first, the robot have picked $20. I've used $20 in my friend shop. When my friend was selling selling at $5, pepper at $5. So when I want to fall, if I just see this pepper drop to 4.99, anything below this $5, anything below this $5, that is when you want to force this. Before the robot even buys for the first shop, you have already forced this money into the market. So immediately after your robot picks your $20, as soon there's a slight drop of this $5, that is when you force this $26. Then the robot has not even bought your first call. You have already forced the money. So when you force the money, what you'll be seeing, the total money you'll be seeing is 266 plus 20 will be giving you 286. Now, that is what will be inside the trade initially. Now, when the price starts dropping, the robot will now use this remaining $84 to buy from first call to the fourth call. By the time it buys from first call to the fourth call, you'll be seeing your entire 350 inside the trade. Now, once you are seeing your entire 350 inside the trade, if the price then goes up and maybe you take 3%, it will be giving you remember it says 4, 3, 2, and 1. 4, 3, 2, 1, and first buy as one entity. So if you have your entire 350 inside the trade, you are taking 3%. Take out 3% of 350 as against the default settings calculation that we did. So 3%, let's assume it's 3% of 350. You'll be getting $10. If you do 5%, that's right. So you will make more profits. Now, sometimes you find out that as you have injected 266 and you're now having 286, instead of the boat to come and buy the first price to drop for the boat to buy first call, buy second call, you see that the price will just go up and sell 3 and give you 3% of 286. So imagine you did not force that 266 inside earlier, faster. Imagine the boat will just go and sell 3% of 20. I know some people have experienced that here. So that is the essence of boot that is category 1. Now, what is the disadvantage? The advantage is that you will make more money because you have 100% of your capital from first buy to the fourth call. But what is the disadvantage of using the boot tactics category 1? Remember, you are not interested in subset, so you have locked the fifth call. You have locked the fifth call, and you have used your entire 350 from first call to the fourth call, and you don't have any money again left. Now, let's assume that the price is now going further, down further. You are now on floating loss. It now dipped by 50%. Now, as it dips by 50%, it will trigger the robot to buy the fifth call. But once the robot gets triggered to buy the fifth call, it's not seeing any money. Again, you don't have any money. That is when it will now tell you, it will now give you a notification, insufficient funds. Insufficient fund. It will give you a notification, insufficient fund, because it does not have money. And at that point, the coin has dipped by 50%. So if there was money as it has dipped by 50%, it will buy the fifth call, buy the sixth call, buy seventh call. Now, because you have exhausted all your 350 and the trade has gone against you, has dipped by 50%, at that point, what is going to happen? You are just only going to wait. While you are waiting for your coin to come out of the dip, you will not be enjoying subset downtrend, unlike default settings where you'll be enjoying subset downtrend. That is why it is important for you to understand a strategy before you use. You must be prepared, know the consequence. Know the consequence so that when you get stuck, you won't be bothered. You already make that decision yourself. And that is why we advise you, if you are trading, minimum coin 3 at a time, maximum 10. But if you are trading just only one coin, always leave it at default setting so that if the trade goes against you, you can be enjoying subset. But if you are trading more than one coin, if you are trading two coins, leave one on default setting, one on boot taxes. If you are trading four coins, leave two on default settings and two on bull tactics. That is how to do your risk management and utilize or maximize profit from this platform. Follow simple instruction and you will get everything right. So that is that for default settings and bull tactics category 1. So I think if there's any question, let me go to the chat and attend to those questions because of time. I believe it is clearly understood. So let's attend to questions now, please. If you have questions, if you don't have questions, I have questions to ask. Let's use about 10 minutes here to ask questions. So drop your questions. I'm waiting. Are you guys telling me everything is clear? Are you saying that everything is clear? So far, so good. The newbies on this call, if this is your first time, I need you to ask me question, please. Anywhere you are not clear, no matter how irrelevant you think it is, we are always going to learn from it. We are always going to feel free to drop your question. You are the reason why we are here. If you don't understand, it doesn't make sense at the end of the day why we've spent this time. So feel free. I'm willing to attend to questions, please. There is no question. Okay. So I think okay. So do everybody now understand? Okay. King Ahmed, Ama, okay. Unmute King Ama, please. Let me hear. Okay. Dollar Queen, can you help me to unmute him?
I've done that, coach. You should mute yourself.
Okay. You can King Ama, you can ask your question.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you, coach, for the wonderful explanation. That was super good. Most grateful for all the works you have been doing for us. My question is this. I didn't understand the settings earlier, and I had to start buying. And when I bought, based on my own settings, the settings I had, without following this exact instruction from the start. So I had to experience floating loss, because I have seen the calculation that the money I had based on that setting will not be able to see me through.
Okay.
So now that I have already initiated the trade, can I still do manual replenishment to come out from this floating loss?
Okay. Now you can do manual replenishment. The idea of manual replenishment, if you do manual replenishment, it reduces your average price. It reduces your average price. That is one thing about manual. But now, if you look at it, the amount you want to use to do manual replenishment, that amount could be sufficient for you to go into a new trade. Since you have now understood why you are waiting for that other one to come out, that is my own decision. That's my own. For me, that would have been a best thing for me to do. Looking at it, let's say for instance, now you want to use like $100 to do manual replenishment, and I know that $100 can trade me a new coin. I've fully understood the settings, how it works. Why don't I use the $100 to be trading a new coin and make money than using that $100 to do further manual replenishment? And I'm still waiting for it to come out. Because even if you do manual replenishment now, it does not mean it will come out immediately. You still have to wait. The only thing it will do at that point is it will just reduce the rate at which you will come out. Like it will, if you were supposed to come out when it is $5, when the price gets to $5, because you do manual replenishment, it will now help you. Okay, you will come out now when it is $4.5. So you see, you are still waiting. Then, based on your settings, based on your settings, instead of doing manual replenishment, you can open more margin calls. Let it buy, maybe it has bought from first call to fourth call. You can open more margin call. Let it buy 5, 6, or 7, depending. Let it be giving you soft sell while you are waiting. So, but the best option is whatever coin that is in deep, you will definitely come out of the coin. That is one thing I know for sure. But rather than doing manual replenishment on that coin, I don't know how deep that coin is. I would advise you, depending on the capital that you want to use, you can use it to start all over, to start trading a new coin entirely. Since you now understood this concept, there are a lot of signals that has been thrown on the group, and you are seeing it 10%, 15% is delivery. You can take advantage on those signals and put the right settings and keep making money while you're waiting for that one to come out. I believe this is helpful.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Welcome. Queen, Dollar Queen, please help me to unmute King Mohammed. Mohammed, please.
I've done that.
Okay.
Okay.
King Mohammed, go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. You're welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for good lecture delivered. I'm a bit confused in this area of bull tactics where you inject this $266
Okay.
after you have since you say you want to stop at the fourth call. You don't need soft sell, and you have already injected 50% there. You have locked it up. So and your first buy will be $20.
Yes.
After you in your setting there, I'm a bit confused. I don't know what to do there, sir. If you can retake that place for me, so that yes, sir.
No problem. It's not a problem. So now, after your robot picks your $20, after your robot picks your $20, remember it picked it when the price was $5. I'm using that my friend shop. I bought pepper for $5. Abi?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
now, okay. I've calculated my manual replenishment. You don't have problem with the calculation, Abi?
Yes, sir.
So we calculated it to be 266, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And now the idea for you now is what is confusing you. When do you impute this 266? Is that not so?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's assume that now that the robot has picked your $20, for the robot to enter the first shop, it has to drop by 0.2%. Let's say 0.2% is 4.8. Let's assume.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Now, this is the price that coin will get to for it to go and buy first call. But now you want to do the manual replenishment before it buys this first call. Before it buys this first call, that's what. So you want to do it in between 5 and 4.9. That is when you want to do it.
Yes, sir.
So immediately it picks your $20 at the rate of $5.
Yes, sir.
Before it drops to 4.8, go and do it.
Yes,
let it drop maybe $5 at 4.9. Make sure you do it before it buys your first call. Are you seeing it?
Okay.
Is it clear?
Okay.
Now, sometimes the market can move so fast. It can move so fast. So now all you need to do is you can program it, that 4.9. Now, that point you go to buy on your, let me quickly share my, I think because of time, I forgot to do this part. Let me see if there's still time. So some people do not know how to save all these things on their, okay, there's no time. Let me just share my screen. You guys can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Can you see my screen? Dollar Queen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. I want to open the Royal Q boat. Let me show you people something.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You can see my screen. Now, that
Yes, sir.
settings, for those who are new, if you want to transfer that settings into your Royal Q, you just come to this your Royal Q home page. You click on mine. Mine is this. Click on mine, this page.
Okay, yes, sir.
Click on mine. You come to mine.
Yes.
The next thing, you come to my strategy settings. You come to my strategy settings.
Yes, sir.
The next thing, you see, I already have settings saved already. The essence of saving your setting is that you should not be going back to that Excel sheet every time. So once your robot is a new boat, you will not see all these settings there. You just see where they wrote add now. You click on the add now. Or for old people, you click on this plus icon up here. There's a plus icon up here. Look at the plus icon. For people who are old already, you click on this plus icon up here. Now it brings you to this part. Now, once it brings you to this part, the next thing for you to do is you go to your Excel sheet. What is this saying? Risk type. What is risk type telling you? Risk type is radical. You come here, you minimize. Risk type, I'll change it from steady to what? Look at it, this place, risk type. Risk type. I'll change it from steady to radical. Then remark is optional. Remember I told you optional in your Royal Q, because what remark just tells me, if you put 350 here, I'll know that you are using magic 1. If you put 520, I'll know you are using magic 5. It's optional. But in your case, where you are using 350, so you just come and put 350 here. I'll put 350. Then for newbie, I can open a bracket, put magic 3 until you become perfect. Just put magic 3. So to make you know that, no, sorry, magic 1. Just put magic 1 to make you know that it is magic 1 settings. Then your first buying amount from your Excel sheet. What is your first buying amount? Sorry, I want to minimize. I know it off head. If you look at your Excel sheet, the first buying amount is 20. Let me minimize. Where's it? Sorry. Pico. First buying amount is 20. We have been saying it since, so you change it to 20. First buying amount is 20. Then open position double. Remember from the Excel sheet, we say do not enable. You don't want to enable it, so it's off already. AI margin call, we say do not enable. You don't want to enable it, so you have to off it like this. I've off it. Now, margin call limits. Margin call limit on your Excel sheet, everything is there. I'm just trying to see how I can minimize this thing. Okay, margin call limit is 20. Look at it. Margin call limit is 20. So you go again. You put 20 here. Opposition toggle do not enable. AI margin call do not enable. Margin call limit is 20. Okay, you come to margin call limit. You put 20 here. 20. All position take profit. All position take profit is 3%. The default take profit is 3%. You will see that our signal some comes like 3%, 5%, whatever percentage it comes based on the signal, you change it. But default take profit from the Excel sheet is 3%. All position take profit callback is 0.0. So what you're going to do now, I've changed the opposition take profit to 3%. Opposition take profit callback is 0.0. 0.01. Then we have buy-in callback. Buy-in callback is okay. We have margin configuration. We'll come to it later. Margin buy-in callback, which is this 0.01. So we'll go 0.01, which is this side. 0.01. So I'll change it to 0.01. Then distributed take profit allocation. We have distribution take profit allocation. For distribution take profit allocation from 5th call to 20th call is 1.3. So we are going to change it to 1.3. So I'll come to distributed take profit allocation. I'll tap on it. It has opened. You see, from 5th call to the 20th call is 1.3. I usually put 1.8 here, 1.8, 1.8, because the profit 1.8 will give me will be bigger than what 1.3 can give me. So it depends on your level of patience. So you go back to sub position take profit callback. Sub position take profit callback, which is this sub position take profit callback. You come is from the Excel sheet. Everything you are doing is from the Excel sheet is 0.01. You come here and put. You come here sub position take profit callback. You come here and put 0.01. 01. Then you have strategy period, which is the last thing here, is on circle. You have to change it to one shot based on what your Excel sheet is saying. So you change it to one shot like this. This is how you change it to one shot. You just tap the circle, it will come back to one shot. Now we'll go back to margin configuration, which we have not done. You click on your margin configuration. That is, let me go back. This is the margin configuration we have not done. So you click on it, margin configuration, it will open. So you go to your Excel sheet, it has two sides. So don't rush. Take one side first, undo the margin call drop 0.2, 0.5, 0.2, 0.5. So you come to your Excel sheet. You undo from first call 0.2, 0.5. I can't be doing that because of time now. Second one 0.5. That's how you'll be changing it based on your Excel sheet. 0.2. Then you change like that. Then you come to the next one. Let's assume we have finished margin call. The next one, multiple buying issue. For first 0.3, 0.3, 1.3, 0.3, 1.3. I'll just do up to the fourth. So we have 0.3. Come to the next one, 1.3, 0.3. So that is all. Once you fill it like that, the next thing you do, you click on show, you save, show. Once you click on show, you click on save. You have saved that settings, which is this first one up here. You have saved it, meaning you don't have to be going to your Excel sheet again. You don't have to go through your Excel sheet again. When you want to use these settings, it's already saved. You don't have to be going through this process. So that is how to save that settings from your Excel sheet. Except maybe you want to use 520, you cannot go and edit. Maybe if you are using 520, you can come and edit. Click on this pencil icon. You want to change this to 520. You go to your Excel sheet, prepare the 520 Excel sheet, then come here and compute, change the figure. Or you want to create a new 520, you can click on add again and create a new settings also. That is that. So I believe that question, I believe this is okay. I almost forgot explaining this. So is there any further question? King Mohammed, did we answer your question? Was I able to clarify your question? Queen Dollar Queen.
Coach.
So
Coach,
at this point, okay, he said yes. So someone is asking question. We need to end this session. Please, how do I maximize the use of $100? Since how do I maximize this? I'm going to trade only one coin. Just use default settings. Don't just allow the robot to buy default settings. So if you use default settings, if the trade goes against you, while you're waiting, you still be seeing sub sell, you still be seeing something downtrend. Don't use bull tactics, use default settings, please. So which other question? Is there any more question? In the absence of no question, we need to end this section. We need to end this section. Thank you everyone for making it out today to be with us here. I really appreciate, despite our different schedule, we still had the time to be here on this call. Tomorrow we do this same time, 11 a.m. and it promises to be mind-blowing, as it's going to be talking more on risk management and mindset. Mindset and risk management is a section you don't want to miss. Thank you everyone. We really appreciate your time. Have a lovely day ahead of you.
Thank you, Coach.
That will be okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, you didn't throw this question earlier. We'll do it our next section next week. Remind me, King Neri, please. Thank you, everyone. Have a lovely day ahead of you.